Long time no see, everyone. It's your old mate Jakargon, back at it again. This time with a closer look at the Yohji Yamamoto Homme 2017 autumn-winter garment-dyed broad Hakama pants. I feel like the names for these are getting longer and longer as we go along. Now, as always, if you're enjoying the content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and comments are also very, very much appreciated. So, here is a very interesting piece of pants. Now, I like to sometimes talk about the staple Yohji pieces, or I guess the pieces that any avid Yohji collector wants in their wardrobe as like basics. You know, things like the karasu pants, the monkey boots, the sun just got really, really bright in my eyes. The wrap pants, things like that. And I feel like these pants are a very, very big contender for something to join the ranks for that. Perhaps we should make a video for all of them, even though I don't have all of those pieces or I've not come in contact with all of them. But these are definitely a big contender. Now, these are the broad Hakama pants. These are garment dyed, which in the Yohji scheme of things, I can never tell whether that means it's object dyed or the garment is dyed prior, because you'd assume that the garment is dyed prior. Object dyeing is the really interesting one, where the product is finished and then the entire thing is dyed at once. You can see that in some forms of shoes. I know that BBS, Boris Bijan Saberi, I think that's how you say it, they do it sometimes with the Salomon collaboration, the Bambas. And what results with a object dye is that the dye doesn't always take completely, so it looks a bit splotchy, uneven, kind of looks really interesting, gives it character. These are garment dyed. I'm not sure whether they actually mean object dyed, but it doesn't really look any different to any other sort of piece. But these are an amazing, amazing pair of pants right here. I'm very lucky to be able to do a video on these, because these are actually something that I was keeping an eye on for someone off my Instagram shop that had said that they were looking for a pair of these. So I'd been looking for a few months now, and we did eventually find some in a price range that they liked, and we did get them, and I asked if I could make this video. So thank you very much, JQ, for letting me do this. So these pants arrived, and I was looking at them before to take some footage of me wearing them, and I couldn't quite figure out how to get into them, because they were quite thin at the waist, or sorry, slim at the waist. So I was thinking, how am I supposed to get into these? There's no draw cord. Where is the front? And it turns out that the way you get into these is the sides have these 3 buttons on them here, as you can see, and each of them adjusts the size accordingly. So there's 3 on one side, 3 on the other side, and with that you can adjust the width of the pants, and also, I guess, where they do sit on you, whether you want them to be a bit higher rise, mid rise, or lower rise. You can also swing a belt through in the belt loops, but there's no draw cord to cinch or anything. And there's also no button at the front. There is a zip that I legitimately only just found before looking at that. It is a YKK zip. It's not a Yohji branded zip like you sometimes see in the main line, but these are wide. Very wide. I've never actually seen pants with this interesting side style entry before, and then it does give you this extra fabric depending where you button it, but I suppose you just fold it in. This also does mean that there is this open gap here that when I'm trying to put my hands in my pockets, I accidentally keep touching my legs, but the actual pockets are here as well, should you need to use them. I guess you get used to that, but maybe that gap gets closed a little bit more if you are wearing a belt, should you choose to wear a belt. But it is overall interesting not having that button closure at the front, as well as a draw cord. You generally see draw cords with most Yohji pairs of pants, if not at least a button fly too. Button fly? Button closure. Here we have the Yohji Yamamoto Produce logo. So the Produce line of Yohji pieces are basically basically day-to-day kind of items that you can wear for whatever, doing whatever. Think of it as like the put on basics type line there. On the back of these pants, we have 2 back pockets here, and we see this very interesting large cross of fabric there. That is very reminiscent of the wrap pants. Like, these really do make me think of the wrap pants a lot, but they have all these like tucks and pleats that originate from the center and then spread out to be so wide. So wide. Looking at the hems, quite clean. Nothing really to report here. There's not a lot going on. Very, very simple. They are just wide. This is as wide as one hem goes. Like, I could put my entire body inside this kind of thing. It is huge. And that's what gives it the large volume. The pleats and all this extra fabric just gives them such volume. I do like this cotton fabric. I think, as usual, a wool would drape nicer, but a cotton is more versatile, depending on where you live as well, because a wool, you're generally only going to be able to wear it in the cooler months, but a cotton like this, you can put on thermals underneath, you can layer, you could, do that really, like, I guess, on-trend thing where you're layering a skirt over pants. You could do this. These are super cool. A couple of the warnings that are on here: due to the characteristic of this yarn, stitches may easily loosen or tear. Avoid unnecessary friction when wearing or cleaning. Handle with care. So it does feel a little bit fragile, but I guess that's just thin fabric. It's a nice thin cotton. We also see this one that says, this garment has been piece dyed. I reckon that's object dyed. In the event of cleaning, discoloration may occur. Wash separately. Water and friction may cause discoloration. So even though they're called the garment, I think it needs to just be confirmed that I think this is object dyed. Is what this is. Just the official title is confusing. Maybe it's a translation thing. I'm not sure. On the front tag as well, it says the shape could slightly come down or shrink in the event of cleaning too. So I would take this to a dry cleaner, not run it through a wash. They are just a fantastic pair of pants. Very, very cool. Overall though, I think the thing that would confuse me the most about wearing these is, if you've seen some of my other content, I like to talk about clothes that you wear when you're going out. And say you're drinking and you need to go to the bathroom. What constitutes easy to go to the bathroom in? And this pair of pants is not something that would be that simple. If you were busting and then you think, oh no, I need to unbutton the side and then unbutton the other side potentially to get this off, you can't just sort of unbutton the front or just like use the elastic and pull it out and pull them down. On my going out, partying and needing to go to the toilet scale, I would put this very, very low on that ability to do such things. So they're very much for me, if I had a pair for my own, it would be an event type thing. Something nice, maybe a dinner. But anything more than that, I would begin to get anxious. So yeah, really happy to make this video. Really sad that this isn't my pair of pants, but they are going to a loving home. In case you are interested in getting a pair, these resell quite high. Now, a lot of the Yohji staple pieces do have a nice average, but things like the karasu pants and these broad Hakama pants, I rarely see them drop beyond $600-700. Like, that is your entry-level place for finding a pair of these, so they are quite dear for a pair of pants that I would argue are not a very everyday pair of pants either. So if you're really looking to get a pair of these, or the karasu pants, I think a pair of karasu pants are a bit more useful because, as I've mentioned before, the salvaged wardrobe, Joel down in New Zealand calls them the avant-garde sweatpants. That draw cord and elasticated waistband makes it a lot easier to just wear whenever. These are beautiful. However, it depends on how much you want to bother about adjusting 2 sets of buttons and then potentially a belt as well. It's really up to you. I am lazy and it's just not for me. So yeah, thanks so much for watching this video. I hope I've been able to help if you've been curious about a pair of these pants as well. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll do my best to answer them. But for now, these are going off overseas. Got to do the customs form and all that. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoy the video. You'll take care. Be safe. And as always, remember, don't do anything I'd do, except think about what it would be like in the clothes that you want to buy when you really, really need to go to the bathroom. Is it going to be simple? Is it going to be difficult? That may adjust your buying processes. All right, you'll take care. Be safe. Bye-bye.